I want to ask about the kidnap and ransom perspective of this, Chad. Is there any way for us to know those who were kidnapped, in this case and others, is that because they're being held ransom and families in Ethiopia are being asked to pay money? If that is the case, why South Africa? Why do they end up here to then be held under ransom for their families to be forced to pay money? Why is South Africa becoming a bit of a hub for all of this crime, do you think?
Excellent question. We saw in the 1990s girls that were brought into South Africa. They were lured here to work as dancers, to work as strippers from Thailand, from the Ukraine. When they landed, their passports were taken. They were forced to perform certain acts to be able to pay back. And if they didn't pay back, the syndicates that had brought them into South Africa knew where their families were in places like Thailand and Ukraine, and then extorted those families, saying that your child is in a foreign country, we can harm your child, you need to pay. We've seen this playing out a lot more around the world. But in South Africa specifically, when it comes to African migrants and migrants from the Middle East, as well as from places like Pakistan and Bangladesh, we find that people are coming here because South Africa offers an opportunity. It's seen as a springboard into the rest of sub-Saharan Africa. It's seen as an economic hub for Africa. And people want to come here so that they can make money to send back home. And often they fall prey to traffickers. So they will pay, together with their family, to be brought into South Africa to try get refugee status, because our country does grant asylum status to a lot of different countries, and they can take up work. But what we're seeing happening now is that doesn't happen. They get brought into the country, their travel documents are taken from them, they then held against their will, and their families are extorted in their home countries because their families are now separated and they don't know what harm can come to their children that are now in a foreign land.